Daniel and Mwathi. Our culture, very important. It's been kept over the years, and we are proud that it's happening at the Sekenani Gate in Masai Mara. So it's one of the things that when you go outside the country, you know, you're being associated, either you are an athlete or you have a Maasai. I mean, something to be proud of.
Sure.
Daniel.
I mean, it's quite interesting, the Kenyanness.
Yes.
It's a coincidence you're asking us about what would this that define Kenyanness in us?
Yes.
And I think it's now the culture, the Maasai culture, the exotic culture that we've just seen, you know, that always puts this country, you know, as a travel destination to many tourists, you know, who would want to come and experience this culture. And I'm happy that you know, there'll be a certification by UNESCO as well, yes, on the rites of passage, and I think that has been a work that has been going on for a long time. And if the you know, head of state is going to grace that occasion, then it's put us to, you know, to a point of you know, being recognized as you know, through UNESCO as a very attraction site that can attract tourists to witness also what is going on. But of course, you know, the wildebeest migration, and I think as you're saying, these are some of the things that we would, you know, highlighting. Normally, I see Tanzanians, you know, beating us in terms of advertisement. I was watching, you know, BBC and CNN, and they have heavily invested on advertising, you know, their ports, advertising their cultural sites, and advertising their tourist attraction site, are those international media. So, you know, as you're asking us to conclude, one of the issues that, and I still go back to that cost of living, those are things that we could be encouraging the conversation around the potential investment, you know, to make this country a destination and secure our economy.
Mwathi, just to get your beat, the president is going there today, and having this as the economic block that is going to have, the wild-beast migration is here. The president is going to get that certificate from UNESCO, and the Maa community is here with us. Something that we need to be proud of.
True. We should be proud of our culture, and just as Kiswahili phrases, mwachamira ni mtumwa. So we don't want to be slaves in our own nation. So Maasai's, the Maasai community or the Maa community have done Kenya proud in preserving their culture for that long, and actually this alone will bring a lot of foreign exchange into the country. By visitors coming to see these other than and it's happening in Masai Mara, where the wild-beast migration is still taking place along the river, and the kind of the culture that the Maasai have. Remember, even when we go to the coast, we most of the times we don't see the Ngiriama and Evandazi. We see Maasai there wherever we go within Kenya. So it has been like a marketing tool for our tourism.
And so we need to embrace
it's a call. It will bring good foreign exchange to Kenya. It's an advantage to us. It is a call even to other tribes, because we should embrace our culture, and let this time be Maasai. Let next time, let's see what Oloo does. Let's see the Kikuyus. I'm a proud Mumbere, which we also have a rich culture.
We need to interrogate that. Should also converse out with the governor. Governor Silik. I mean, exactly. All right, gentlemen, we are coming to a close. I want to give you a minute each so that we finalize. We've had a very good conversation, and I'm also glad that we are talking about our culture and preservation of our culture, and having the togetherness, one Kenya in us. Even by the time the gentlemen at the Bomas of Kenya, gentlemen and ladies having that discussion at the Bomas of Kenya, all of you agree that the point of discussion should be Kenya first on the table. And here, there's also culture that brings us together as a people. Maybe in relations to that. Daniel, as we come to close, let me start with you, Mwathi, now that you're still hot.
We, at many times we have seen our diversity, the 43 tribes, to bring us apart. Let us understand the truth is that our diversity can still be an advantage and can be something that can bring us together and bring strength instead of seeing it as a disadvantage. Let us see that the many tribes we are, if we have what the Maasais are doing, if we have 40 of these, look at the kind of visitors we can attract almost throughout the year. We can have people coming to see Maasais today, next time they are coming to see Mbere, next time they are Meru, next time they are Luyas, and this can be a good source of foreign income.
Exactly.
I tend to think we should think outside the box, and our county governments, the 47 of them, should think of a way. As we think of coffee, milk, tea, and there's something else that we can capitalize on and be an advantage to Kenya. That is why now, this is one thing which can, as I said, cost of living is a product. If we have so much from this can also reduce cost of living.
Thank you.
So cost of living is important, but it is not a subject that can be discussed on a table, because it's a product of so many hundreds of things which have to come together so that cost of living can come down.
Thank you so much.
This being one of them. Thank you.
Asante Mureri. All right, Daniel, let's go.
So many things this can be subjected and conversed, so that we have a way of trying to make the cost of living affordable to people. Mwathi, we cannot hide away by the fact that this must feature in this conversation, because it's one way this government was voted in to have this conversation open and publicly with the people. That I insist that even, remember what I've said, the practicalities is that there are a number of intrigues involved in it, and it's important, just like the way the government went around in consultation, the Kenya Kwanza during campaign, it's time they also go around consulting the people of Kenya and discussing why some of these particular measures will take a long time. That is important to say. Perhaps my proposal is that with the Maa community and Maa nation, setting an example on preservation and using cultural activities for economic gain, why would we not think about also having a national conference that national cultural festival that brings all these communities together.
All the tribes together.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
That would be, that's another suggestion and a proposal to the Ministry of
Yes,
Tourism.
that would be one way of cultural exchange, and also trying to bridge the inter-ethnic diversity. But in a second, allow me to say this.
Kindly.
There is a conflict in the border of Kericho and Kisumu that has consumed life over weekend. This is something that you should call to order. And every time we find an opportunity to condemn this cattle rustling that has metamorphosized to ethnic tribes, I think Kenya is beyond this kind of ethnicity. I am urging the two leaders, led by the county governments of both, Kericho and Kisumu Victor, to still further the efforts of mitigation of conflicts and dialogue. And those who are using this for banditry and killing people's lives and torching houses and destroying property on either side should be brought to book through the Ministry of Interior. So this is my appeal, that they should become on the border of Kisumu and Kericho. Thank you, Victor.
Gentlemen, thank you so much.